Hello everybody, it's Colin McEvers with the Maryland Maverick News. Today I am standing right outside of Conway Hall at Salisbury University. There is a fairly decent sized, I'd say medium sized ICE protest going on right now. They have a bunch of signs talking about abolishing ICE, about the need to get rid of this organization or this entity and all that. So we're going to be reporting on it today. We're going to take some pictures. We are even going to interview a couple of them and see where they're coming from and why they are out here. What is their purpose? What is their goal? We're going to ask them some important questions. You know me, and what I've said about the situation and about ICE itself is that if we do not have the ability to deport people, if we do not have the ability to enforce border laws, then we really don't have a border. So we're going to ask them what they think about that and if they even support borders at all. Because if they do, then them abolishing ICE or them supporting the abolition of this police force, then that would be a contradiction in and of itself. So we're going to ask some questions. I have a friend named Dom Kilman, who's going to come out and help me do some reporting. But this is the current set. It's very cold out, maybe about 10 degrees, very chilly, but we're going to see what's up and we're going to do some interviews. So stay tuned, and it's going to be fun. Hey everybody, we've crossed the street. This is Colin McEvers again with the Maryland Maverick News. There may be about a couple dozen people here. We're going to do some interviews. And hi ma'am, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, how are you?
Pretty good. Would you like to do an interview real quick by any chance? My name's Colin McEvers.
I'm going to get in the car for some minutes and warm my feet.
It's really chilly. It'll only take like a minute.
Have to be freezing.
Oh yeah, my hands are really chilly. But we're with the Maryland. Well, I'm with the Maryland Maverick News. It's an independent newspaper we started, and it's the parent organization of the independent newspaper, the Bury Post here at Salisbury University.
Okay.
Why did you decide to come out here and protest today?
We try to protest whenever we can regarding what's happening in our country with ICE, with the president, and with the possibility of losing our democracy.
What's the biggest problem that you guys have, and what is it Short Progress or is it some other organization?
No, this is just, I think it's a mix of people, Democratic people, but it might be some Republicans, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at everybody who's down there.
What do you think is the main issue with ICE and with it being around, would you say?
I think the violence. I think no matter what they say, ICE thinks they can do what they want to do, like bang down people's doors and without, search warrants, and the damage and the deaths that have been caused. If it's one death or two deaths, it's too many.
Now I saw some signs that say like abolish ICE and kind of get rid of the entity itself. Would you support that general notion of getting rid of ICE?
I think if ICE were managed properly and were more trained at what they're doing and weren't offered just a lot of money to come and do this and be goons, I think ICE could have a place. I mean, I'm not for deporting immigrants. Our country thrives with immigrants. And I don't believe that when people say that we've got to get rid of immigrants because they're dangerous and they do awful things, nobody's ever given us any information about what the percentage of people who are arrested for a crime for any reason, what the percentage of them is immigrants. Yeah.
This might seem like a stupid question. Do you believe that borders are important? Do you think we should have borders as a country?
I think we probably need borders. I'm not exactly sure about why I think that, but I think we need control of borders, but we don't need violence.
The only question that I'll end with is, and I know that some people were wondering this as well, that if we didn't have a way, you said you don't necessarily support deportations, if we didn't have a way to deport people who came into the country illegally, then would that mean that we wouldn't really have border laws, or we wouldn't be able to enforce border laws?
I think we have to have border laws, and I think we have to have people coming here who are legal or becoming legal. I think we put up lots of barriers to people being able to accomplish that. I think it's gotten so difficult for a person who comes here to follow those steps to become legal, and now if they try to do it, they just get arrested when they try to do it. If they go to a court or any place, that's what seems to be what happens.
My last question is, do you think that all the people who came here illegally over the past 4 years or so, or just generally speaking, do you think they all should be given amnesty and should just be here legally, even though they came in illegally?
I think it would have to be done on an individual basis, in terms of whether, what their background is or whether they are dangerous.
Oh, okay, interesting. So we got a supporter. We got someone that just said that they love ICE. So, as I mentioned,
screw ICE.
We decided to come out to report on this. I'm here with Dominic. We are with the Young Republicans. Yes, sir. Wonderful. Would you like to do an interview real quick?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We're just asking some questions about ICE, and we had a great interview with a lady just over there. So
That's
it's
all
very
right.
simple. Are you sure?
That's all right.
Okay.
Giving you a heads up in case that wasn't presented.
Okay, wonderful. So the first thing I'll ask is a broad question. What are you doing out here today?
Well, I'm here with my fellow citizens protesting ICE and the atrocities that we keep seeing on TV in different places.
How long have you been out here today? It's cold out, man. It's really cold.
We started around 1 and go an hour, and we head out around 2.
Alrighty, cool. So I see your sign, abolish ICE. Would you like to see ICE abolished?
Well, I understand, we have an immigration in this country, and, you have to pass all the checks and balances, but it doesn't seem like it matters. If anything, if we don't get rid of ICE, we need independent oversight, and we need a lot more on the public side. You know what I mean? They're doing whatever they want to do, and it seems like we don't have very much control in government. If nothing else, if we don't abolish it, we need better regulation. We need to demask these guys. We need their identities. I think they're hiding behind their identities or behind these masks.
In regards to that particular thing, one of the things that people say about them being masked is that a lot of people wouldn't even join ICE in the first place if they could be identified, because they'd be doxxed, their families would be threatened, their lives could be put in danger. What is your reaction to that particular argument, that just because all of the hate around ICE, that all the officers or agents could be doxxed and threatened and have their lives put in danger if they were to be identified?
If you have to wear a mask to do your job, it's not a very good job, is it?
The last question I'll ask is, do you believe that illegal immigrants should be deported that are in this country?
Well, yes. I think if they are here illegally, yes. But what we have been seeing is they're picking up people that are here, checking in and doing all their things that they're supposed to do, and they're still picking them up and deporting them. So I don't think that's right. If an immigrant is here and they came in through the front door, so to speak, and they're doing all their proper things, then they shouldn't be deported. I think they should go about their own thing. I mean, I feel like we're just taking everybody that's here and doing their own thing, and they're deporting them too. And we're seeing it happen, just like that little boy and his father, the 5-year-old boy and his dad. The judge just told them they had to release back, Those guys are doing their own thing. They're doing the right thing. They came in the right way, and they're still getting hassled for it. And that's some bullshit, pardon my language.
What about a case like Vanessa Parazel, who never was here illegally but was detained and deported? People made a lot of issue about that. Do you
I'm
think
not familiar with that person.
So she was a mother. She was here in the country for a couple of years, but she ended up being detained and I think eventually deported.
Okay.
But people said, well, she never committed a crime. Should she have stayed even though she was here legally?
Well, it's tough to say. I would say I'm not a judge, but to that end, I feel like all of these immigrants, whether they're illegal or legal or otherwise, everybody needs to have due process. If they go up in front of a judge and the judge says deport them, fine, deport them. I believe in the rule of law of this country, and if the judge says so, yes. If the judge says keep them, then keep them. You know what I mean? I'm not a judge. I'm not a lawyer. I feel like it's all very situational. I don't know that person. I don't know what they did, so I can't say whether it was a good idea to deport them or not.
Okay, well, thanks for the interview. I appreciate it, and see you later.
Yep.
Stay warm.
Oh, yeah.
One lady was trying to get the guy not to interview with me because I'm a Republican, because I'm a young Republican, but luckily he did. He does support deportations of criminals, which a lot of people don't, even though he was carrying a sign that says abolish ICE. He says ICE shouldn't be abolished. So kind of a contradiction when you see some of these individuals. But he seemed like a nice guy. Some of these people, I think they're just misguided. And that's fine, but you're going to hear everything today. People here today. Oops.
Hey, Colin.
Hey,
how's it going?
How are you?
Good
It's
to
nice to see you.
Look, I've got a bipartisan sign.
We
that
want
says,
impartial investigation. Oh, this is a guy. He's from Delmarva Conservative Movement. Actually, he comes
Hi.
and joins us sometimes. What are you doing out here today?
Well, I'm trying to bridge some of these divides. So we've got a lot of people that are like at each other, and we don't need to be. So like, there's not everybody here thinks that ICE has to go. A bunch of people here are like, wait, we just need people that are better trained, so that they can like be better at their jobs and not have these accidental shootings go on. So I probably am a minority among this crowd here, but I'm here to point out that there are places that we can come together and agree on.
Okay, wonderful. See, I've been asking some people about this. I've seen some signs that have said like abolish ICE, get rid of it.
Yeah.
And so the basic thing that I'm trying to ask is, if we abolish ICE, if we don't have the ability to deport people, because a lot of people here are just against deportations in general.
Yeah.
And how do we even have a border in the first place? What do you think?
Well, I'm not in favor of abolishing ICE. And I'm not in favor of saying we're not going to deport people and we're not going to like arrest people who are here illegally. That's not what my sign says. And so not everybody here has the same sort of stance. Now, the problem that I've got is that there isn't like a group of people that are just saying we want an impartial investigation.
Yeah.
So where do I go? Well, by standing together with some people that are saying abolish ICE, you have the problem of this like bigger divide, right? Like,
Yeah, I get
where
it,
are the
I get it.
moderates going to be?
Okay.
Well, so what I'm going to do, my plan is to be here with people saying abolish ICE with a sign that says, wait, there's some things that conservatives agree about. And then if conservatives have a protest, and then like people on the left have a problem with something that they're saying, I want to be able to say, wait, there are things that the conservatives are saying that the left can agree with.
I get it. I understand. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Well, thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Mind if I get a recording of that sign?
No, thank you.